This is CIFF Media. I'm your host, Bloyce, and I'm here with Anthon Louis of Bareen.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
Good to hear.
Yes.
Let's begin then. So, Bareen began as four friends chasing the perfect t-shirt. What was the spark behind that, and then also realizing that like this could possibly be a brand?
Actually, I was not a part of it in the very beginning. I became a part of it maybe 1 year after they started it. But the idea was to create classic fit t-shirts for men with a nice fit and a nice quality without it was too expensive, because at that time it's 10 years ago. We had like Acne, and at that time Acne was not that expensive, but you had maybe Acne tees 500-600 Danish, and you have Zara and H&M, which was like too cheap and bad quality.
It's crazy now, though, isn't it? With Acne, like the price of
the
jersey now is
turns it up like a quite bold strategy, I must say. But at that time it was so but you didn't have like t-shirts in between in terms of both price and quality. It was also before Arket came to Denmark, and I don't know, maybe you had COS, but we just thought there was something in between, and we just wanted like 10 black t-shirts, 10 white t-shirts, like fresh in the closet to grab one, and you could go out. And I mean, you didn't want to like pay 6K for 10 t-shirts, so it came out of like our own. We just thought it needed in the market.
Your own desires,
Exactly,
and needs.
And then like we figure out our friends had felt the same way, and in the beginning we started to give it out, and then we sold a little bit, and then we had a small proof of concept at that point, and we just made a very, very simple website only with white and black button. And I mean, the storage was at our friend's living room, and it was like very startup. And it like evolved for maybe 4 years, and at that time I think we maybe ended up the revenue was like maybe almost 3 million Danish in a year.
Wow.
So it was small, but still not big enough so we could like go full time. And then we just like we decided either we'll shut it down, or we just got like hit the button for real. And I just made sure we attended the program Shark Tank in Denmark.
I know that. No, not familiar.
It's in Danish. It's called Lion's Den.
Okay.
So you have this 5 investors, and you go pitch your idea.
Oh, so
and
it's
then
like Dragon's Den.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon's Den. Yeah. Okay. In America, it's Shark Tank, I think.
Okay, fine.
Exactly. Yeah. So the format. But yeah, we got an investment, and it was during Corona, so everybody in Denmark was watching it. So we had like 1.7 million viewers, and I guess our pitch was good, and we got the investment. So we got 20 minutes on the screen, like of 1.7 million Danish people watching it. I mean, we're 5 million in total, so
yeah,
that was quite a lot of.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. So if you remove the small kids, it's basically half of the country. So and then it kind of took off, and we had to like make a decision. Okay, we want to do more than just t-shirts and all that stuff. But yeah, it was. We started it because we wanted some good t-shirts, and yeah.
So was there, with the investment, did you then get interest from potential investors outside of outside of that Dragon's Den format, or was it all just internal?
No, it was. We just got on the map for the like end consumers, and we got the investment from the program, which I think was like 1 million Danish for 25% of the business, which was a good deal for everybody. But and then we had some money to buy some t-shirts, and when they like aired the show, we were sold out in 24 hours, and we had no stock. And the revenue on that day was the same as the entire last year.
Yeah, before.
And then we were out of stock, and like manufacturing, it was in Asia, so we had to wait 5 months to restock. So imagine like you were aired on national TV, very hyped, everything is sold out, and then you cannot buy anything from us for the next 5 months. And people are thinking it's like a strategy. It's hard to get. We're like kind of building a hype. And was like not on purpose. It was just because we didn't have any money. So we're kind of waiting for the stock to sell out, and but no, nobody like came to us from the outside and wanted to be a part of the journey at that point. It came later, but this was in 2021, I think.
So, assuming now production has been moved from the Far East, right?
I mean, now we just expanded in terms of like sports science and outerwear and stuff. So right now we have like manufacturing all over the world. We have, I mean, it's not like a secret that sports clothes, it's
No,
like,
of course it's done. Yeah,
it's China. They're best.
But what about your jersey then? So I'm assuming the jersey. Did you bring the jersey closer to home so you can be a bit more reactive?
Yeah, so the cotton is coming from India, and then at that time it was in Bangladesh, and then we had some years in Portugal. But they promised us a lot. Like the quality was nice, but they promised us like very short lead time because we were so sick and tired of the lead time in Asia, and they just couldn't keep up the promises. So now we're just figuring out should we move it back? Because at the end of the time is almost the same, but the price is 3-4 times as much in Portugal as in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So, but we have in Turkey, we have in China, we have in Bangladesh, Portugal. Yeah.
So I guess because the demand is so high, you're able to then, I guess, go around and over the minimum order quantities, which can also help with getting your product faster sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's not like our problem anymore because the cash flow is obviously better. But at that time it was like a killer for us. We spent so many years trying to fix this problem about the cash flow. We had to like sell some products in terms of ordering, like to order some new stuff, and then like so we were so much sold out. And I think actually it has been, we still is actually, but I think it hasn't been that bad because people know that when we release something, they have to be there. Yeah,
it's quite a good lesson actually, isn't it? Really, because for people listening who want to start a brand, you know, that a lot of the conversation or like the direction is like you must lean into Portugal or you must go here or think about that, but you know, everybody's got quite different experiences when it comes to production. So,
but I think also they told us they could deliver in a week by truck. And okay, of course you can drive a truck from Lisbon to Copenhagen in a week, but the thing was that the production was too small and our quantities became too big. So the production time just like killed the knife lead. Yeah, exactly. So it ended up being the same. So I mean, maybe we could have found another manufacturer down there, but yeah, that's like the craziest chunk about this industry. It's the manufacturer game because it's also like your secret recipe and all that stuff. So
and like there's like an agent who looks after five production places, and then it's a cold game actually. So when was that moment where you all were like, oh my god, like this is it, this is the brand, like we're really doing this now?
After the TV show, we promised the investors that 2 of the 4 of us were going full-time. Yeah, that's like the deal we have to make. I mean, they don't want to invest if you're not full-time. So me and my partner, Matthias, we became full-time. And that's, I mean, the decision we made, and we like immediately hired a customer service and then a like e-commerce guy, and then we kind of built from there. But that was the moment where we had to like all on red. Before that, it was like we had one meeting maybe every second month or something, and we just, the profit of the quarter was maybe spent on a restaurant and stuff like that. It was very like, it's just fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was still a project at that point, right? Yeah. Interesting. It's funny because there's never a perfect moment to be like, okay, it's now the time. But when there's stipulations or there's other people involved, and it's like, now we actually need you now to give this everything because we see the vision. You need to also then help realize the vision too.
Yeah, sure. But and also we were 4 guys, and the 2 other guys, not me and my partner Matthias, they were in a situation where, I mean, it's still too small for us. I cannot like the one of them was like a doctor in Novo, and the other one had his own business, and even though we got the investment, it was like too big of a risk for them. So what can you do? They kind of missed out. I mean, one of them is still a part of it, but silent investor. But for me and my partner Matthias, it was the right time because what I did on the side, I could still do, and he was not satisfied with his other job, and now we had some money in the bank, and we could like start from there.
Sick.
Yeah, but it's
Everyone's dream.
Yeah.
So what pushed you to go beyond menswear, expand into women's wear, kids wear? Like, did that come from a demand by consumers or potential consumers, or was that something that you and your partner wanted to go into?
We had it went on for a long time that we discussed between the four of us, okay, what should we do from here? Because everybody knew us from the t-shirt. That's what we have been doing for the last 4 years, and only, I think we maybe expanded to 4 colors, but still only for men. And in Denmark, it was like, if you thought of a t-shirt, you immediately thought of our brand. And that's like a force. But some people in the group wanted to do some more. And the other part was more afraid of, like, if you expand, like do more than t-shirts, you compete with every brand. But now we kind of own the t-shirt.
Yeah.
But if you like do hoodies, sweatpants, whatever, then you're like in a whole different group. And like we thought about it for a long time. And my partner Matthias was actually the guy saying we have to expand from t-shirts, and I was a little bit afraid because at that time it was not Bareen, it was more like this subscription brand. It was like nice basics, it was no logo, it was a different exercise, a different company. And if you have asked me at that time, I would never thought of like we could make this brand as it is today. But in terms of like making clothes with logo, it was because of demand. People were asking for it.
They want to be a part of a community, right? It's like that association to what you guys.
Yeah, but it was so weird. It was like classic fit t-shirts with no logos. Why would you want to? Why would you join this community? It's not. It was, but also we wanted to make. My partner especially wanted to make sporting clothes because we're both like into sports. But he was thinking that you get so much exposure from especially women because they like do a lot of selfies and the whole influencers game. Men are not that strong, but also when people do sports, they post more, and we had very little activity on our social media in terms of repost stories, tags and stuff, because would you post a picture of you wearing a very basic t-shirt? You would not. So we wanted to go into the sport direction pretty fast. We kind of stayed a little in the cotton area, you can say, like sweatpants, hoodies.
Yeah.
But very quickly we released our first sports collection, and at that point we knew we had to like attack the women, and that sounded wrong. But you know what I mean?
No.
We maybe launched like a tank top and a classic fit t-shirt for women just before, but we had like maybe 95% revenue from men and 5% from the women. And so I think actually the sports line was our way into the women,
yeah,
we could say. And you asked about the kids, that's only demand, and we don't want to, I'm pretty sure we will never do like a proper kids line. It will only be like from dead stock. What's it called in English? It's like in Danish it's called overskudslager. So like you have some fabric left from the production.
Just like the cut-offs.
Yeah. And we can do like a small drop, or we can like maybe do a kids capsule, like very limited, but do like more for the branding and the content, I would say, because of we aim to be more and even more than we are now, like more fashion brand, and that's hard to do kids also then.
100%. So the sportswear element, that came, so that was actually quite natural. The sportswear came because there was obviously you and your partner both do sport, and then there was a small strategy behind it with the women's wear. But is how embedded is sport within the brand itself outside of the initial idea?
At that time it was a strategy, to be honest. Even though we like sports, and it was very early days in terms of you have the social running clubs and stuff. So we were not the first one, here in Denmark, but we were like pretty early stage, I would say. But when we did the sports line, we didn't want it to only. It was like not authentic to not do the sports. So we kind of did this training club community, which is still going. So at that time, first of all, we could find no brands like to connect with for us men. We had some Danish brand connecting with women. It was like a boot camp and stuff like that. But we wanted like to connect with mainly the men. And we wanted not to do like a boot camp where you can pay, I don't know, 2K for 4 weeks and eat this. We wanted to facilitate a training club or workouts, different workouts almost every single day that you can participate in. And we're not doing to make money. It's only to meet the people, to meet the customers. It was so difficult before when we just made the t-shirts. I mean, how would you meet? You cannot meet the customers. Maybe like archive sales.
Yeah, of course.
But we wanted to connect with the customers in a different way than we could before. And we aimed for the guys because we could find, I mean, in London you have Represent.
Yeah.
We look a lot to what they do. He does. But
they, the brothers, right?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But we only see one of them, I think. Yeah. So we were looking much into what they did in terms of the men. They just added women recently, I think.
Yeah.
But and we wanted to meet the customers like every day. It could be a sauna, it could be a run, it could be like a CrossFit workout. But like you train football every Wednesday, we wanted you to come to our store and run with us.
Yeah. So if Bareen was doing something on this, like, because I guess the thing is about men, my opinion anyway, is a lot of men want to be a part of something, right? And also having the opportunity to meet the owners of their favorite brand and also be a part of something bigger than them. It's like, like that whole thing about men used to go to war. Well, we don't go to war anymore.
No, exactly.
We go and train with our friends, or we go and train with our idols and go and get that work.
And the other Danish brands,
I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, because they were like more, what can you say, like hard to get. It was like very fashion and this mysterious thing. And we wanted to connect with our customers. And we could see some, as I said before, brands doing it with their women customers. And we wanted to, of course, unisex, but we couldn't find a brand that like to connect with ourselves. So that's where the sports came. Also, I mean, you cannot make sports clothes without doing sports yourself. I think that's like not trustworthy.
It's true. It's like you need to be. I actually spoke to somebody at Fashion Week recently, and the designer said to me that every piece of clothing on this rail you can do sport in, because all of the people are part of the brand are activity first. So like they're a fashion brand, but you can do. You can do an alpine ski in that jacket, or you can do hiking in that, and like that's quite good. So I think that's probably where you have your authenticity within the brand, and you're able to build this community, I guess, in Copenhagen and beyond. But do you think, are there other brands within the city that you're kind of like not fighting for market share with against, but like within the community space, are you having to share a bit of space with other brands?
I mean, I think of course, and more brands like has come along since. Yeah, you have this very cool upcoming sports brand, 97. That's very cool, guys. But that's very niche, very fashion, but only sport. And we have sport, but we still have the main line.
Yeah.
And we just have a lot more content from the sports line than the main line, because people just post more when they do sports. But I think we are like in a pretty unique situation because we have the main line, the unisex, and the sports. Because if you say, okay, only sports women, you have Nusa, you have Ida, you have like different kind of women brands for this type of girl. But we have so much more. Also, you have the yoga girls, then you have XSR. But I mean, that's a very small part of our like umbrella, you can say.
Yeah.
Will be Represent. Sometimes in terms of design, it can be, I don't know, Balenciaga and Nike. We just like do our
Represent's a great framework, isn't it? I mean, like
it is. It's a different price range, but what
they've built is is
very cool.
tremendous, and obviously
Yeah.
it's something that can be studied, and they're very open about their processes.
Yeah.
and
I think our forces has also been you talking, not you, but the people, the industry is talking a lot about this, like, what's it called, like, not leadership, but the customers wants to know the people behind the brands
always.
and we didn't thought about that in the beginning, but because of my like past in the nightclub industry, I've always like I was just used to put myself in the front, and that's what I did with the brand. So people kind of knew the people behind the brand anyway, and then you hit the screen with 1.5, 1.7 million. Then you also know who's behind. So we kind of like hit that without like it was a strategy. We just did it. So I think that helped us a lot also, because now people just, I mean, they want to know who's behind the brand. They want more than just the cool picture and some collections.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, storytelling in menswear is quite important, and I don't mean like concepts, but I just mean like the actual like the actual story behind the brand and the processes. So yeah, that's amazing. Is starting a business with friends a blessing, a curse, or both?
I think the other three guys were better friends than I was. I came, as I said before, like 1 year later, and I knew the guys from, clubbing, but it was not my friend's friend, you could say. So for me, it has been a little bit different, but they were in the same friend group. So I think for them, it has been more difficult than for me. But also you also know each other's like forces and strengths and weaknesses. So and unfortunately, we only have 3 left. The one is out. But I mean, would I recommend it? I don't know. Actually, I'd rather. I mean, if you know that you would be a good partner in terms of if you're like very good with numbers and I'm very creative, we can do it. But you should not do it if you just think it could be funny.
Yeah,
because it will like maybe work in the beginning, but not in the long run, I would say.
Because that actually leads me to my next question, which is, within the three of you, is it quite easy when it comes to like spitting the roles out and defining who needs to do what? Is there challenges there, or?
So we're 3 now, but one is silent partner, so he's not a part of the everyday. But me and the partner that's still there, we are like the opposites.
Oh, perfect.
So that's why it works so well. I mean, sometimes I can like we can go hard on each other because we're just so different but like it has been 5-6 years now, so more actually. So he knows exactly why I'm doing this, and we just know each other so good now that it works perfectly well. But I'd rather choose a partner because of the skill set and not like because you're friends. Yeah.
I think that's a valuable lesson for anybody listening who's considering going into business with their friends.
Yeah,
it's it can be tricky.
Yeah. Also, wife, don't do it with your wife
or husband.
Husband. Yeah, sorry.
No. Last question for you.
Yeah.
So, what's one thing you want people to feel, or not one thing, but what do you want people to feel when they step into your world and buy your brand?
I want people to feel comfortable, and of course, I mean, cool. But we talked sometimes about at the office. I see a lot of guys with our T-shirts with the logo on when they're like out, like in the weekends, and that's like a big compliment, I would say, because I mean, you're going out, you maybe hope to find a girl, I don't know, and then you like choose. That's a choice, yeah. You choose your favorite T-shirt and put on your perfume and stuff like that. That's, I mean, when you think about it, that's like a compliment. But of course, I also want to feel. I want people to feel that the quality is nice.
Yeah,
we have. I mean, we came from no logos, and it feels a bit awkward for us to have logos on everything because the buyers would say, "Put some bigger logos, all that stuff," and it's really not in our DNA, to be honest. So I think we would look more into the stealth wealth tone, very like not big logos, because I think it can also kill your brand if everybody sees your logo everywhere.
100%.
And it's a difficult question.
It is, because there's two ways. There's two ways, because there are brands in the market that have created like a logo tee, which is basically then cannibalized their whole business. So buyers will only ever really want, we'll reorder that, or we want that, but we can only take 20% of this because all of our money's in that. So you're doing the right thing by like being cautious.
Yeah, exactly. And the DNA is like, as I said, no logos. So we want to just create very nice qualities and keep the prices down. That's why we started. And I think I think we could keep doing that without having logos everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe tone it down a little with the tone and tone. I don't know, but comfortable, nice quality, and confident.
I like that. Well, it's been amazing to talk to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers.